What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video, we are going to dive into Chainlink, and this is a coin that a lot of people are interested in. So if you want to figure out exactly if Chainlink is going to continue pumping or is it going to start dumping, as well as the exact levels that I'm going to be looking at for Chainlink, you're going to want to watch till the end of this video. But right before I get into it, just wanted you to know that I'm doing a 777 USDT giveaway. It is on my Twitter at _theartofcrypto. So if you haven't already followed me on Twitter, you're going to want to do so. This is where I'm sharing the latest market updates that I cannot update on YouTube, simply because of time constraints. And not only that, I am doing a 10k to 100k challenge right now, and I do believe that I'm going to be updating the progress, every single day. So without any further ado, let's dive into Chainlink. So this was the analysis that I did previously, and if you bought the breakout of that falling wedge, congratulations. But for now, we're not going to talk about that. Right now, we are going to start fresh. So several very important things for you to understand about Chainlink, or just the crypto markets in general, and that is the fact that it tends to move in phases of consolidations and expansions. Okay, notice how after you expand here, you get consolidation, right? Expand and then you get some chop, expand, consolidation, bam, consolidation, bam, consolidation, bam, consolidation, bam, right? So at the moment, Chainlink has just went through a period of expansion, so expect consolidation. So at the moment, this is going to be what you are going to want to expect. First off, you want to see Chainlink consolidate and form sort of a bull flag pattern, or you want to see a falling wedge. And as for the falling wedge, I'm going to tell you exactly where Chainlink is likely to go to. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to mark out this block over here, right? This is going to be your bullish order block. And just so you understand what is an order block, it is simply an area where institutions like to push the price to, just as an area of untapped liquidity. This is an area that price is going to find support at, or at least very likely to. So now that you know that there is a bullish order block here, usually it tends to hold pretty well as support. So just to show you what I mean, right over here, this was your bullish order block, which is the last bearish block or candle before a massive move upwards. So in this case, look at where the price dips into, comes in here, bam, right? Just to give you another example, over here, that's your bullish order block. Look at where the price comes into, bam. Okay, so that is the power of order blocks. And at the moment, if you get a retracement of Chainlink back to that order block, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. And not only that, but you line up with your fib as well. This is the 0.5 fib level. If you just draw a fib from this swing low to this swing high, so your first entry for Chainlink is going to be at, right now, I'm just going to mark out this level. This is going to be your first entry to get into Chainlink, and that is at $27.3-ish. And if you were to get into Chainlink at these two levels, which is $27.3 and $27-ish, then you're going to want to set your stop loss just below the order block. So that would be right about here. And you can see that in the VPVR as well. There is a surge of support over here with the VPVR. And if you do fall below this level right here, right, you can see that there is a level of sort of imbalance that price needs to fill in. So do not be surprised if Chainlink were to go back to this order block and then bounce, right? So that's going to be your first entry for Chainlink at $27.3 and $27. Your stop loss is going to be at about 26, and the level that you're going to want to target is $29.5 and $34.5-ish, right, give or take. Now the reason why I choose both of those levels is because these are key levels, on a higher time frame. For example, if I just go onto the the orange line right here, notice how many times the price just gets rejected, finds support, gets rejected, finds support. You get what I mean? So that is going to be a very key level that you're going to want to pay attention to. Not only that, you're going to want to pay attention to 32.77 just in between these two levels. So if you do manage to get Chainlink, if it does retrace back to this order block and it bounces, then this is going to be your 3 TP levels. And the way you're going to want to use those is like along the way, you're going to want to take, maybe 25% here, 25% here, and leave the rest as a moon back to, just to, let it fly. And that is how every smart trader does it. And, just be a smart trader, right? Nobody goes all in and all out at one level. Similarly, if you had $1,000 to play with, I would go in with 500 and 500 over here, just to give you an example. So that is going to be entry number 1. entry number 2 is going to be waiting for a consolidation pattern to play out. Now this could be in the form of a bull flag, this could be in the form of a bull pennant, it could be in the form of a falling wedge. And if you do get it in the form of a falling wedge, right, it is going to find support here, right? I always like to say that bullish consolidation patterns often consolidate right downwards into an area of support. So notice over here you're getting a falling wedge, and where does it consolidate into? An area of support. This over here is a weekly level of support. If we just go onto the weekly chart, you can see how many times price gets rejected, finds support at that exact level. So if you were to form a falling wedge pattern, then it is going to consolidate into this area and then it's going to break, and these are the levels that it's going to target. So I hope now you understand how the markets work, and if you feel like you've gained something new in this video, it would help me so much if you could just drop a like button. It's a small gesture, but it really helps me a lot. So the second entry for Chainlink is going to be waiting for a consolidation pattern and then buying the breakout of it. If it happens to be a bull flag, then you're going to want to buy the breakout of it, and the way you do that is you buy along with the breakout, or you buy the bullish retest, because nothing moves straight up. You tend to get a retest, you know, half the time. And doing so, the reason why I would recommend that you do so is so that, you know, for example, if I just draw this falling wedge right here, usually breakouts are supposed to break out. It's not supposed to come back into that level. So by buying the breakout, right, let's say you bought here during the breakout, all you could do is set your stop loss right beneath this swing low, and doing so will allow you to take a loss if your trade is invalidated. And you know, I always like to say that it's perfectly fine to be wrong. In fact, some of the best traders in the world are wrong about half the time, and yet they're still wildly profitable. So it's perfectly fine to get stopped out. It is not fine if any single mistake wipes out your account. So that is going to be entry number 2, and frankly, that is what you want to be paying attention to. And as for entry number 3, you're going to want to pay attention to this bullish order block right here. And if we just take a look at the VPVR, again, you can see that we have an uptick in volume right about this level right there. So this is the level that you're going to want to pay attention to. And just to illustrate this for you guys, this is going to be the levels that I will be watching for Chainlink in order to pick up, you know, some Chainlink. So these levels are going to be namely $20.3, $19.7 and $19.25. This is on the Binance chart, so if you're on a different exchange, make sure you tweak it to your personal, you know, exchange value. Now, am I saying that Chainlink is going to get to that level? No, that's absolutely not what I'm saying. But what I am saying though is that if it were to get to these levels, it would be absolutely brilliant to buy in there, because this is an order block that is on the daily chart, right? If we just go onto the daily chart, you can see this is your order block. And this is an order block that has not been filled before. So I might even cancel this first order and move it down just a tad bit. So it's going to be $20, $19.7 and $19.25. If you get Chainlink at any of these levels, it is going to be an ideal location to buy into Chainlink. So let me just move this down a little bit, and your stop loss is going to be right below the order block. So in this case, I would set it at about $18.3, right below the point of control. And I've already mentioned in the previous video that this order block is indeed still a valid one. So if you do manage to get Chainlink at this level, this is going to be your TPs. But right before I get into the TPs, if you've been watching my videos for a while and you feel like, hey, this guy seems to know what he's talking about, or maybe you feel like, hey, this guy seems to be right a lot of the time. And yeah, in fact, I am. Most of the things that I say in the videos tend to come true. And if you just want to learn how to do this for yourselves, you're going to want to check out the private Discord group. Over here, not only are you going to get daily market updates like on real time, absolutely real time, you're going to get guides, but not only that, you're going to get access to a trading education where I lay down everything that I've learned over the years. Over here, you're going to figure out what works and filter out 90% of the things that don't work. Not only that, right now I'm doing a 10k to 100k challenge. It is a follow along challenge where I'm calling out each trade as I'm taking them, and you're going to get access to profitable trading setups as well as my sniper trades. We have people making money literally every single day, and let's just say that a lot of people have already paid off their memberships real quick. I've had people who come in absolutely new to trading and now they're spotting things before even I am spotting them. So if you just want to learn how to do this for yourselves, you know, the link is in the description. Make sure you join the Discord group. So let's get into some TPs for Chainlink if you do manage to get it at this level. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go there, but if it does, it's going to be absolutely brilliant that you buy around this level. So the TPs, if you do manage to get it at that level, is going to be at 21.7, 24.4 and 29.5, 32.7, 34.8, and I'm just going to go up just a tiny bit and I'm going to add a TP level at 40.5, 44.55 and you're going to want to take, you know, the rest at about 52. Now all of these are higher time frame TP levels, right? If you go down into a lower time frame, maybe like the 2 hourly chart, I'm sure you could identify much more take profit levels. For example, you could identify, hey, this area right here is a good level of resistance, right? So these are the higher time frame levels, which I believe is going to be more valuable for most people out there. So this is what I would use as a reference point. But if you do want to dive into the details, right? For example, if I dive into the 2 hourly chart right now, I could definitely mark out a few more TP levels, and that's going to be at $38 as well as about $47.5, right? So all of these are going to be TPs and just areas in general where you might expect a pullback, right? Just a slight rejection before continuing, right? Slight rejection, continuing, slight rejection, continuing, something like that. And usually what you'll find out is that these rejections often lead to filling in order blocks, or you'll consolidate into a level of support and bam, right? Make sure you use the fib to your advantage, right? Just swing low to swing high. You're going to want to buy at the 0.618, somewhere around there. So literally that's all you have to keep attention for Chainlink. Remember the first order blocks entries, the second order block entries, and just look for consolidation patterns and buy the breakouts. And as a reward for staying until this point, here is going to be your bonus trading setup for the day. Now, the one that you're going to be looking at is YFI. Now, YFI on the higher time frame, let me just go onto the 4 hourly time frame. You have just gotten a breakout above this sort of falling wedge pattern, and at the moment you are sitting just on top of the the support line, right? Just the trend line resistance or trend line support in this case. And at the moment you are forming a consolidation. Remember what I said about markets moving in phases of expansion, consolidation, right? Expansion, that's technically, this is an expansion as well, but in this case we are looking at the bullish side. So expansion, consolidation. So what's the next move? At the moment you are holding this trend line as support very well, so the next move is going to be up. Now, just to give you an example of a recent trade that I took that played out exactly like this, just watch Ocean, right? Take a look at Ocean. You have this falling wedge right here, you broke out and then it comes down to retest it, okay? This is what I mean by a bullish retest. This is how a textbook bullish retest looks like. And if you were like, if you would have entered here, set your stop loss right below there, and then, TPs, right? So right now, YFI is showing a similar sort of setup. So this is something that I would focus on. In fact, this is one of my 10K to 100K trades. I am on YFI right now as we speak. So in this case, you will literally just set your stop loss right below this previous swing low. Everything here is happening on the 4 hourly chart, and your TPs, which I'm going to mark out right now, is going to be 41,800, 46,600, 50,400, 55K, and any further up is, it's just, you could close your trade by then, right? But if you want any higher targets, this is going to be 63.7 and 72.8. But honestly, I would just close everything once we hit about 46.6 or 50.4. Yeah, I would close everything at that point if I were you, and I would just move on to the next trade. So similarly, as long as you do not break below, this trendline support, then you're going to want to get into YFI, or alternatively, you're going to want to go onto the 4 hourly chart, which is a lower time frame in this case, and you're going to want to mark down this bullish order block right here that technically has been filled. So yeah, actually, this is going to be your entry right here. As long as it doesn't fall below this trendline support, you're going to want to look for this consolidation pattern, which sort of looks like a bull flag right now, and you're going to want to buy the breakout of it. And as an extra bonus for staying until all the way here, this is going to be super valuable to any of you. So seriously, if you watch until this point, you have so much to gain right now. So if you just go onto a website called bybt.com, you can see the funding rates for most coins, including Bitcoin and all the altcoins as well. And at the moment, you can see it is dangerous right now, right? Some coins have already reached 0.1. And in ADA's case, if I just go onto ADA, where is ADA? Yeah, just most coins are above 0.1% right now. And one thing you have to understand about funding rates is that it is an indicator that there is way more people going long than short right now. And so you have to understand that when most people go on leverage, they are either on 5x or they are on 10x. That means that just a 20% swing, down is going to liquidate most people. So I just want you to be aware of this, that the markets are in a very precarious situation right now. And at any moment, it could just tip off the cliff, right? It could just fall off the cliff due to mass liquidations. So it is just something that I want you to be aware of. Now, am I saying the market is going to be bearish? No, I'm just saying be aware that if you're on high leverage, something, you might get a massive move and there's going to be mass liquidations. I'm just saying, overall, you are still bullish and pullbacks should still be for buying. So make sure you don't over leverage yourself. and make sure you have some funds to buy pullbacks in the event that you get it. And if you've watched until this point so far, it would help me so much, right? Just to understand who is watching till the end of the videos so that I know to include more of these bonuses next time as well. I want you to just comment in the comment section funding rate, so I know how many people are watching till the end. And to you guys, congratulations, because now you understand the state of the market and you know to be careful. And remember, I am doing a giveaway for 777 USDT, so make sure you head to my Twitter, and it's pretty simple to get in. And with that said, my friend, I'll see you in the Discord group. May the gains be with you, and peace.